All right, shalom, shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. And double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Anuratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting. To the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. And just give me a minute. All right, just wanted to make sure the audio was good and the video as well. All right, and Tawadi Al Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Eat from the Prophetic Plate of Prophecy. And pretty much I was originally going to title it, if they're not speaking about prophecy, that's a red flag. Okay. And, we're living in a very, very beautiful times, and actually there's this quote. Let me get this quote. I know you've heard it before, but it just came to my mind. So let me get it. What did he say? Let me go right here. Let me see. It's worded. Okay. There are decades where nothing happens, quote. Okay. Real quick. Look at this. By Vladimir Lenin. There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. So what we're witnessing right now is decades of prophecy that we've been waiting for, all right, are simultaneously happening all within a week, all right? So this is how things are moving, and they're moving very quickly, just like our elders and apostles, bishops have been telling us, exhorting us, warning us, which is admonishing us, all right? And this is the times that we're living in, okay? And the most important thing that you should be eating from is the plate of prophecy, okay? Because yes, it is the word, all right, but what within the word? Real quick, Matthew 4:4. This is Yahweh Shai speaking to Shaitan. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. So right here, it said bread alone, which makes me think about how Yahweh Shai said in the days of Noah that they would be eating and drinking. Okay, and you even have that amongst Hebrew Israelites, where they have just pushed this notion of, get married, and get a family. All right, we're not against having a family. We're not against children and wives and things of that nature, but we're also about prophecy first. Okay, so you have to understand that you should be eating off of the plate of prophecy. Okay, especially with you knowing you're an Israelite. You need to know what's going on. You need to know the breakdown to understand that the least of the flock is referring to Amalek. You need to understand that the lake of fire is referring to the downfall of Esau, Edom, which will culminate through the destruction of Babylon in the next world's woe that is coming up very quickly. All right. And this is the most important meal that you should be spiritually digesting, and that is prophecy. So things are happening very quickly. Persia just made a statement. We'll see if it comes to pass, because remember, let me get this. The man's goings are of the Lord. Let me put that in real quick. Proverbs 20 and 24, which we're in 2025. This is Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. Okay, so like this real quick. I like this. I want to keep this up. I don't know the source, but let's see. Iran says, watch out for tonight. Let's just see what pops up. Let me see. I'll go over here. 2 hours ago. Now they're on their 5th day. Okay, let me see. Let me get it for you. I want you to see. I want you to see what I see. Okay, so I gotta go to and at the end of the day, we're just watching and waiting. It says just in Iranian TV, there is a surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries. So let me put that in. Iranian How do you spell that now? Iranian TV. There is a surprise tonight. Let's see what comes up. Okay, right here. Okay, so this was 1 hour ago. Actually, we can go to Twitter. All right, but it says right here, breaking: Persia State TV has said tonight a great surprise will occur. Now that makes me think of that makes me think of A Thief in the Night. It says a great surprise will occur, one that the world will remember for centuries. So we'll see. Okay, we're watching, we're waiting, we're hopeful, but at the end of the day, we'll see what plays out. But either way, we know that prophecy will be fulfilled. Okay, so of course, when we're watching and witnessing the aspects that pertain to prophecy, we want it to happen. Now, that doesn't mean the utter destruction of Babylon is going to take place tonight, but that is leading us closer and closer to the third world's woe, which this is why Yahweh Shai said, blessed are our eyes for they see. Okay, while the rest of Jake is playing. Okay, I'm not going to mention any names, but you have a lot of so-called notable Hebrew Israelites, that just go live on Instagram speaking folly. You got other Israelites that they're more of the breaking news prophets, where they're not going to constantly go into these things unless it's on mainstream media. And then you'll notice they'll kind of touch on it, and then that's just it. So, you got a lot of Israelites that are settled on their lees. Okay, you got a lot of Israelites that have the spirit of, this ain't the time. In time past, we've heard certain men say we could be here 1,000 years. You've heard men say we could be here 20 to 30 more years. And look at how the Lord's speeding it up. Okay, all within this year. All right, I believe you had Bishop Nathaniel say we could be here 20 to 30 years. Then you had that so-called priest, all right, Alizé, that sodomite. He said we could be here 1,000 more years. So look at how the Lord acts. Okay, now this is Matthew 13, and I'm just gonna get to the point. 16. It says, "But blessed are your eyes." Well, you know what? Let me start up. Matthew 13 and 14. "And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah." So if you want to know why our people, for the most part, are just kind of chilling, still siding with Esau, thinking about their own endeavors, having their own personal individual issues and goals and dreams, and you don't see them turning a new leaf in the spirit towards their God through their Savior, even though lessons upon lessons are constantly going out, that's because prophecy has to be fulfilled with them as well. Just like how Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, for us and the breath, which the Wadi Abashmal Shai, there's also a portion of our people that don't have the breath or don't even have the eyes to see at all. Okay, so if they don't have the eyes to see now, how are they going to see prophecy? And it says, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and not perceive. So they're not perceiving this truth. They're not perceiving the times that we are in. That's why even Yahweh Shai said this in Matthew 16. Let me get that real quick. All right. You're supposed to be eating off the prophetic plate of prophecy. All right. Not just to be in Deuteronomy. Okay. Not just being told to live by the laws. Like, things are really happening. This is Matthew 16. And 1, it says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would shew them a sign from heaven. And he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Yeah, so you can plan, the next Feast of Tabernacles. You can plan the next, or you can discern if you should have a barbecue this day. See, they can do that, right? Or if they should have a wedding that day. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? And that's exactly it. So majority of our people are not taking this as they should be prophetically. This is a very big deal. Now, of course, we still have to wait for the mandatory marking, all right, of the MOTB for us to know that we are definitely about to get out of here. But this is a major sign as well, leading us down the path of prophecy being fulfilled. And that's the plate you should be eating off of. Okay, these are the precepts that you should be going into, understanding what's getting ready to happen before it happens. See, so now that we got that, let's go back. And it says, for this, Matthew 13 and 15, for this people's heart is wax gross, their mind is wax gross, thick darkness, man. Okay. These people, a majority of our people that know they're Israelites are nothing more than, still Gentiles in the world with a Hebrew Israelite twist. And that's going to catch them off guard. And you don't want to be one of them. Okay. You now know that you're an Israelite. Your focus should be being up to date with prophetic news and notifications surrounding what we're all watching and waiting for to come to pass. And that's ultimately prophecy. It says, for this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Yep. It says, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. So not every Israelite has been converted, nor are they healed. Okay. But look, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So this is a blessing that we're watching. This is a blessing that we're able to understand. This is a blessing that we're able to stick to sound doctrine. I heard rumors of some men saying that Amalek's not the least of the flock. I think about 2 weeks ago, you just had the false prophet Deacon Akkad claimed that the lake of fire is in Babylon. So, you got men making outlandish statements, hours before prophecies being fulfilled. That's a scary thing, man. And you got a lot of our people that are following these blind leaders down a path of destruction. Okay, so we're waiting to see what's going to happen tonight. We're waiting to see. Either way, we know prophecy is going to be fulfilled. So we're waiting and we're watching. Now check this out. Matthew 13 and 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see. So it's a blessing that you can see this. It's a blessing that you can see this, and your ears, for they hear. So it's a blessing that you can hear this and want to hear this. Okay. It's because we ain't in a time, which we ain't been, but we ain't in a time for no album Hebrew release party, okay, or some Hebrew Israelite basketball tournament, or just all this little weird out of the way activities that we don't need to be focusing on. Okay, prophecy is the main thing that you should be focusing on. All right, it says, verse 17, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. So even like this, okay, to actually see Israel, Amalek and Persia, all right, in the news, and at that, the fifth day, okay, because you've had in the times past, Babylon has made, precision strikes upon Persia and nothing happened, or, kind of this and nothing happened. Well, now, okay, according to the news, they're actually striking back. So we're literally seeing the weak who has appeared weak now showcasing that they're strong. So I just put in Amalek, Persia, Babylon, Magog, and Moab just to see what could come up. Okay, see, how will Magog respond to Amalek and Iran conflict? Well, we can go to Ezekiel 38 and tell you. The Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakwadash has blessed us with the ability to tell you the future. Okay, we can actually tell you the future. All right, so Magog is going to be a very fierce a military force very soon. All right, now from there, I want to get this, and I want to read this real quick, because now the times that we're in, okay, you got a lot of Israelites that have been fanning their hand, okay, and wasting time having fun in Babylon, just eating and drinking and chilling and living, as this, prolific teacher or leader or priest or prophet, and then what is IUIC going to do that have coined themselves the prophets are back and the MOTB is breaking news? What are they going to say? Oh, and then now you got certain leadership of IUIC telling you that you should have rolled up your sleeve, but the main man that's leading the charge of IUIC told you that you could go and get it, and that was heavy that came out, because I've been saying a lot at camp in the spirit, like, that's a big deal. Like, why did Jake just blow over the fact that General Yahanna told you to go down and take it? You see? And then now IUIC is like recanting and telling you that what happened with the rolling up your sleeve, okay, the uno nueve, they're saying that that's now a prelude to the MOTB, which will be forced worship. These guys are looking real bad out here, man. So this is a blessing that we have the spirit, this is a blessing that we've been given the spirit to eat off the prophetic plate of prophecy, okay? You're getting all the vital spiritual nutritional meal that you need to move forward while the rest of Jake is fanning their hand, man. And the Lord is about to do something serious to Jake. Don't forget about that persecution. And then you got them talking about Persian sleeper cells, Persian sleeper cell phones, okay? And that's got a Muslim twist. So they've been building a bridge of accusations for us as Israelites with Ishmael's religion for years. So that could easily a double F, okay, can take place in Babylon. A double F, and it's on my spirit. Like, you could feel like an explosion's coming. You could literally feel like an explosion's coming to Babylon, man. You could feel it. All right. You could feel it. Something's gonna happen. All right. Something's gonna happen, and it's gonna catch everybody off guard. Okay. Outside of those who have been telling you these secrets, because these secrets have been revealed to the prophets. Let me get that real quick. I just had this overwhelming feeling of bada boom. You just feel it. Let's go here. This Amos 3. Look, all the tribes are guilty. Yeah, 2/3. Amos 3:6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has not done it? So even though the Lord is going to do it, there's still going to be the accusations. There's still going to be the blame game. So you can't be surprised about that either. Someone questioning you at work. You could be out grocery shopping and someone could come up to you behind you and say your government name or your Hebrew name. And that's just the agent letting you know that they've been watching you. You can't get baffled by that, thrown off by that. You have to actually understand, first and foremost, the severity of what you've been allowed to understand and be involved in, because a man is not going to take this light. Okay. Esau's not about to take, Esau don't take threats too lightly, man. Those are a war-like people. Okay. So we are definitely entering times of, major prophecy getting ready to come to pass. So what plate are you eating off of? And it says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto the servants, the prophets. So the prophets are back, and they are specifically prophesying to you, telling you what's getting ready to come to pass, because we're being moved. I pray I'm of that number, but we're being moved to be inspired to tell you these things, okay? While the rest of Jake is acting like everything's okay, Ezekiel 12:22. Let's start at 21. It says, the word of Yahweh Shema Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Exactly. Not too long ago, you had Jake trying to start a basketball tournament, or a mixtape release party, things of that nature, man. Nobody care about that shit, man. We can sing in the song. The Lord's song needs to be sung. We can sing in the kingdom. The whole thing is about the Lord's will, okay? And it says, tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. So the Lord is going to make Jake shut the F up, okay? The Lord is going to make Jake see. Remember in the movie, what was that called? Bird Box? Bird Box, make them see. Let me see. All right, this is what the Lord's about to do to Jake. He's about to open their eyes, man. Okay, because right now they got angels closing their eyes, and soon the Lord going to open their eyes to see this. All right, watch. And it says, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. Yep. How many years were they scoffing at our elders, bishops, and apostles about Jacob's trouble, saying that there will be no Jacob's trouble? Okay. So a lot of things that men have been, if you will, getting away with, it's not that it seemed like they were getting away with, but the Lord is long suffering. So now you got to answer for those words that you have been speaking. Okay. It says, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. Yeah. Okay. So in Jacob's trouble, you ain't gonna be able to talk Jake talking shit and vain jangling. All right. You're gonna have to deal with prophecy coming to pass. And this is what's and watch. Let me get this one. Look, Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So this is the spirit that majority of our people are in. They're not eating from the prophetic plate of prophecy. They're not asking for seconds. They're not. Yahweh Shai said, feed my lambs, feed my sheep, because there's a time coming where there's going to be a famine of eating the word. There's going to a time coming where there's going to be a famine of hearing this word, hearing that the plate is ready for you to eat from. Okay. It says, let me see. It says, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. This is what we all been waiting for. Now we know that the end is not yet, because this statement right here is exactly what Yahweh Shai said. There will be threats. So notice how the threats are increasing. Okay. This is Matthew's 24. Just real quick, I want to get this. It says rumors, but it also goes into threat in a different translation. Okay, right here, Matthew 24 and 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Exactly. So let's say they do something it's heightened. Okay, let's say that this is heightened. Okay, let's say this happens, right? But that doesn't mean the end is yet, but the threats of it is increasing. Okay, tonight a great surprise will occur. Adon Ratazah, but it'll be the Lord's will. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So it'll only be the Lord's will if this happens, you know? One that the world will remember for centuries. Yeah, if the Lord deems it fit, okay, if the Lord deems it fit, then this can happen tonight. Oh, bricks, a rock formed without hands, striking the 10 toes in Daniel's 2. When I see that word bricks, that's what it makes me think about. Which bricks is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay. Yeah, it's India. You can see it right here. Brazil, which Brazil's got a lot of military flight power too. Brazil, Russia, India, Elam, okay, China, and South Africa. All right. But according to Ezekiel 38, you got allies of North Africa that is going to link up with Magog. So see how we're able to take the geopolitics and break it down in real time prophetically? That's because of Yahweh Shemel Shai blessing us, man. That's a major blessing to have that. So, it's a red flag to me is these Hebrew Israelites, aren't going into this. That's a red flag to me with major prophecy coming to pass. And you don't have Israelites just jumping across the board, everyone going live, everybody coming out the woodwork. What's Jake doing, man? Excuse me. And it says, verse 25, it says, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. And mind you, while all this is going on, the demonic attack of Satan's increasing, and I want to keep saying it because I myself am experiencing it. Like, there's a lot of heightened demonic attack. This is how we're at the end. We're about to be blessed. If you notice, things are increasing amongst your personal walk. You have to look at the light at the end of the tunnel and not the darkness around you right now. Okay, because things are truly happening before our eyes. And this is why it's a blessing that we can see it to keep us sober. All right. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord. So call law Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, this is a beautiful. And it says, again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. So you'll still have some demons that are doubting. Nah, yeah, not yet. That's not the spirit you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to hope that this is the time. You're supposed to hope that this comes to pass. You're supposed to hope that the Lord is moving the king whithersoever he will. You're supposed to be hoping prophecy comes to pass, not wanting it to be prolonged, not saying 20, 30 more years, 1,000 more years. And that's exactly what Jake said. It says the vision that he seeth is for many days. They said 1,000 years, then they said 20 to 30 years. See? And he prophesizes of the times that are far off. So you got Jake actually saying that it might be in our children's time. Hell nah. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So keep hoping, okay, that this increases. Okay, we watch and wait, but just keep hoping that it increases. You know, one thing I like to say is Shalak Iwad Mashapayim. Shalak send Iwad more Mashapayim judgments. You know, Shalak Iwad more. We want more. It's like a good meal. I want more. Give me more. Give me more. Give me some more. Give me a little bit more. That's what I like when I seen the Amalek Persia situation. I'm like, more, bring more. You know, and then we're looking for the MOTB. So there's a lot that is going on. Like Elder Apostle Ramlab said, we're one excited, not too excited, but we're still excited. Okay, but just continue to watch. And one thing you notice, people around your job don't know what's going on. They acting like it's just another Monday, you know, and that's what's beautiful. It's going to catch these people by surprise. So, you know, we're about to witness a lot of things, and Babylon is not exempt. Okay, Babylon is not exempt in this time. All right, so a double F can be upon us. A 911 2.0 is upon us. Okay, a lot of persecution, blame game. And this is why Esau likes to put certain characters in the news. So when something happens, he already has a finger he can point and blame. That's the bad guy, because you need people like me. See? So we get it. Okay, so keep watching. Keep having the mindset that you got it. Okay, because you know you could be like, damn, nobody's, but thank Yahweh B'Shem Shai that you see it. This is while everyone else is seeking their own success, this is the time to seek your own salvation. You need to be spiritually, righteously ruthless in these days, meaning, hey, keep yours, man. Okay, keep yours. All right. I'm keeping to myself in these past couple weeks. I was keeping to myself. I don't need no new friends. All right. I don't need no new this. I don't need my circle bigger. Okay. You just be locked in, man. You know, pray, study, work out. That's what I'm planning to do. Out on Ratazah after the sun go down and the Sabbath is over. Work out, read, rest, and watch the news, man. You know, just live a simple life. So I don't mean to drag it on. I just wanted to just give a little exhortation in the end, a prophetic exhortation to Wadi Abba Shemel Shai for giving me the ability to exhort as well as prophesize. So let's just keep watching and let's keep eating from the plate of prophecy and not the defiled bread of Babylon, you know. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to sit back, wait, and watch. We know we ain't at the end yet, but we know it's at the door. All right, with that being said, I just want to say, call halal. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem HaKakodash. Double honors to my bishops, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.